What up, bros? This is the All Bros Podcast. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Caleb.
And we are a couple of aspiring filmmakers that love to watch and critique movies, but also enjoy a bit of the nerd life. This week on the podcast, we'll be talking about some adventures in hunting. We got some new Harry Potter pops coming out, as well as a new Diamond Edition, and the WWE pop. That's what it is, right? It's not WWF anymore, right?
No, I think they just throw it in the WWE.
Okay, all right, just making sure. Because I want to say when I was growing up, it was WWF.
It was, and then I think they merged.
Okay.
Or did something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I never got super into wrestling.
I only watched it because it was my dad's thing to watch, and that's what we used to watch together. Then we got some Blu-rays coming out this week. We got Happy Death Day to You, which neither of us have seen, but we definitely need to check out.
Hell yeah. The first one was amazing.
Yeah, it was. I agree. Yeah, it's a fun movie. And then with Through the Wall news, we got some Game of Thrones petition going around that Caleb definitely wants to sign on. We got some Saw news that both of us are kind of hesitant about. And then we got some Batman news for Matt Reeves' new movie that kind of torn about.
It's concerning.
Yeah, it's very, very concerning. That actually just came out like 5 minutes before we started recording. So it's kind of like breaking news right here. And then with this week's sneak peeks, we got our first trailer for Maleficent 2. I'm just going to call it Maleficent 2.
Fair enough.
Our final trailer for Secret Life of Pets 2. And then we got our first look at the animatronic side of Chucky for the new Child's Play movie, as well as our first TV spot for that. So we'll be talking about that. And then we'll be moving on to our main event of the evening, which was recommended by our good friend over at, oh my goodness, what is his new?
Crash and Taz's movie Cellar.
Thank you. I almost said Tailgate Talks. Thank you. Recommended by our good name Vic. The movie Room. We'll be we'll be breaking that down.
You all right?
I don't know, honestly. That's an excellent question, and when I find it out, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But without further ado, what do you say we get started?
Let's do it.
All right. All right. So, with Adventures in Hunting, we got a new Harry Potter line coming out, which only has one exclusive, which is very surprising to me.
I wonder if it's just because they've done so many exclusives for Harry Potter.
That's a good point.
Because which one's the exclusive?
It is Voldemort.
Yeah, that one doesn't surprise me.
And he looks awesome. And he's going to, what was it? Because he actually has already gone up for pre-order. Where was he up to? Oh, Pop in a Box. Exclusive.
What's Pop in a Box?
It's a website that sells pops, I guess. Yeah. I've never seen a lot of exclusives from them. I think the only one I've seen, I want to say it was from them, was they had a Stitch one. It's when he puts the bra on his head and pretends he's a superhero. I regret missing out on that one because that one was great. But other than the Lord Voldemort exclusive where he has his wand and then he has Nagini wrapped around him.
Oh, that looks super cool.
Right?
Like, his mouth looks a little weird.
It does. But at least they got the nose right.
True that.
So with the new line, we got Harry Potter in his... these are mostly from Goblet of Fire. We got Harry in his... what was the dance called? Do you remember?
It wasn't... It was a ball.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
I forget what it's called.
Yeah,
the Yule Ball?
I think you're right. So we got Harry, and then I forget his name.
Oh, shit.
The guy that takes Hermione. to the dance. There you go.
I forget his name too.
Oh,
That's Flor de la Flor.
oh, that's I was gonna say Luna. My bad.
Luna wasn't in Gobble of Fire, was she?
Yeah, I don't think she was. Yeah, she didn't come until Prisoner. Okay, yeah. I've just never seen them make a Flor de la Flor, or have they? They made her in her like classic school outfit.
Yes,
They did.
I'm pretty sure that they did.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, that I did not know that. And then we got Emma. Is it Emma Thompson or Watson? It's Thompson, right?
Thompson, yeah.
Okay.
Watson's the.
Is Hermione?
I was gonna say the hot one, but Emma Thompson's kind of hot too.
I mean, she's not bad looking. Do you remember her name in it?
I want to say Professor Trelawney.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think it is Trelawney. And then we got the I want to say it's the Phoenix, right?
Yep.
Okay. That looks badass.
That does look super cool.
I want that.
I bet you that they're gonna release a glow-in-the-dark one of those.
It's probably gonna be the Chase. Just watch.
Oh my gosh, that would suck.
And then the last one is Cedric in his ball attire. And then we also got some pocket pops and some pop pens, which the only with the pocket pops, the only different characters besides Harry, we get Hermione in her gown.
Nice.
And then we get Ron. That's
Ron
pretty
in
good.
his weird robes.
Yeah. And then we get a Hot Topic and Box Lunch exclusive. What? Okay.
Of Hedwig?
Yeah. Why is he to both stores? Is like one flocked and one isn't? I don't know. Do they do flocked Pocket Pops?
I don't think so.
Maybe they'll do it for this one.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool to have it. Yeah, but I don't know how I'd feel because like shit might like shed in your pocket.
Yeah. It is kind of like that velvet stuff.
Yeah, so I don't.
So
know.
I think eventually it would just kind of wear off.
That's
in your pocket.
true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. That might be the reason why Funko doesn't do flocked Pocket Pops.
Pocket Pops are weird because I love the tiny ones.
Oh, I do too.
And I like the Pocket Pops, but I don't necessarily care for like the keychain part of it.
The only pop that has like stuck on my keys is Thanos, and that's just because every time I try to put another one on, the keychain part falls off because it happened with Pennywise and it happened with Woody.
Yeah, I got the Hulkbuster and the Thor Ragnarok Hulk for Pocket Pops, and yeah, I like them, but I wish they came off of the
I
hook.
do too. I actually picked up the. I didn't know this was a Walmart exclusive. They had the Pocket Pop of Rocket and his Quantum Realm suit, and they had a shit ton at AF Walmart. They still have a shit ton.
Oh my gosh, so that Target Hulk shirt.
Yeah.
It's a kid's shirt.
Damn it.
Yeah. And I want to get one.
Yeah.
Because the figure is it's a little bit bigger than Pocket Pop. It's like in the middle of being like it's like half the size of a normal pop.
Has Funko ever done that?
They have a few with Fortnite of those figures, and I think there's one with Sonic, but it's always with like a shirt, with a kid's shirt.
Okay.
And I want to get the kid's shirt just for that pop because it's so cool.
Has it gone live online at all?
I've actually seen it at Target.
Okay.
And I'm hesitant.
How much is it?
$15.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's also $15 for just the shirt or for just the figure for me. Because it's either that or buy like a kid's shirt.
That's true. Just get the biggest size that they have.
I know. I kind of want to leave like $5 and then just like steal the figure. Ruin some kid's day.
Evil.
I would never.
And then we got Phoenix as a Pocket Pop. The Phoenix.
That one looks super cool.
It'd poke you though if like you actually put it on your keychain. It'd be poking you a lot.
Let me see. Oh yeah, that would. Yeah, the wing would.
That's how it was with Pennywise. His hair kept pointing my thigh. So that's when I kind of stopped. And then we got Ginny in her ball gown.
I dig it.
I do too. And then the pens are the same, except for they add Dumbledore.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And that's like the classic Dumbledore.
Yeah,
from
that is.
From Chamber of Secrets.
Or is that from the third one? Is that how he looks when the new actor takes over, or is that the original actor?
That looks like the original actor.
Yeah, because the new guy didn't wear glasses, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't
Not
know
that
the
often.
names. Yeah, that's true.
I think he did a couple times.
I mean, both did a great job as Dumbledore. I had no problems with either.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? The Diamond Edition Eeyore. I said that really weird.
Eeyore?
Yeah, Eeyore. Eeyore. Which will be an exclusive to Hot Topic, and there will actually be, I cannot talk tonight. There will be there will be a chase variant of this exclusive where the regular version is kind of like I don't know how to define that color.
Let me see. You're talking about the normal one?
Yeah, so the one on the right.
Okay, so then you mean the left.
What? Okay, so that one's the common. That's the chase.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
So the common is more of like a more grayish tones. So like the mouth area, instead of it being like a tan khaki color, is more like a silver, and then the main skin of Eeyore is more of like a bluish gray.
Yeah. So basically this is how he looks like in Christopher Robin, mostly.
Yeah. And then the chase is like a very, very like dark blue, like borderline navy, and then like the khaki color mouth.
So really like the classic Eeyore,
like
the original.
Yeah,
but I think that's cool that they're doing.
So the common's more like Christopher Robin Eeyore.
Yeah.
And the chase is more of a cartoon Eeyore.
Yeah. Just look at how many stickers are on that damn box.
Like a ton. Got Hot Topic, you got Diamond Edition, and you got the chase.
Add one more and you won't even be able to see the damn pop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of like the common more than the chase.
Yeah.
So I will probably pick this up just because I love Eeyore. I think he's a great character, and I missed out on the Diamond Edition Winnie the Pooh, so I at least gotta have one. So I think I will pick up Eeyore. And when does he drop?
Eeyore is one of my favorite characters.
Oh, he's just such a great. It's either him or Piglet that are my favorite Winnie the Pooh characters. Probably both. I can't choose between Piglet or Eeyore.
Besides Winnie the Pooh, it's either Tigger or Eeyore for me. Like, it used to be Tigger because he was fun. Now it's more Eeyore because I can relate.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Everyone, when they grow up, Eeyore is like their spirit animal. Let's face it.
Yeah, no shit. Dude, like, his whole saying turned into, like, my catchphrase with my family. Thanks for thinking of me.
Favorite. He has so many great lines in Christopher Robin, but I think my favorite one is when he falls on the floor. And he's just like on the ground, just where I belong.
Oh my gosh.
He has way too many good lines.
That movie, dude, still freaking gets me.
Yeah, me too. It's so good. And then finally with Adventures in Hunting, we have is it 10-inch?
6-inch.
Oh, it's 6-inch. Sorry about that. We have a 6-inch of Andre the Giant coming exclusively to Walmart. So if anybody wants that, may the odds be ever in your favor.
And they probably won't be.
Yeah. Because I can't... The thing that I hate about Walmart is usually when I'm able to get it, I never get like a cancellation email. But literally, just to get a pop, you have to keep refreshing the page and just hope that a restock comes your way, because other than that you're like screwed. And because unless it's like a big movie like Avengers Endgame, the pop is probably not going to end up in stores. So, yeah, love it.
Fun shit.
Yes.
But that is the world of collecting pop figures.
Yes, it is. All right. Now, moving on to Blu-rays. Our big release of this week is Happy Death Day to You, which neither of us have seen yet.
Nope.
But we definitely want to check it out very soon. Do you think this coming week, I think we agreed with that, with having a movie night? You, me, and Christian?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to do it before I leave for that trip next Thursday.
Okay. Do you want to try for this Sunday? Or can you?
I think that should work.
Okay. I mean, or we can try for a weekday. It's up to you. Whichever.
Well, that one's going to be tough because we need to go see if we're going to do Detective Pikachu next week.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we need to go see that.
Unless you want to put that one on hold and do just like update our Avengers Showdown.
Yeah, do you want to update our Avengers Showdown, then we'll do Detective Pikachu the following week?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds Gucci.
Just making plans.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. But with the movie now, I think we should watch Happy Death Day to You and Hellfest.
Hellfest?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I will definitely rent those from my box. Okay. Sorry. Making plans here. If you're listening, Christian, you better be down. Just saying. Yeah. I'm sure that once we watch it, I'll probably buy it. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, I hear it's actually like really good compared to the first one.
Okay, that's good.
Like, I haven't heard whether it's better or worse.
I know most horror movies aren't better. I can't really think of a horror movie that's better than the first one.
But the first one was so much fun.
It really, I can't, the first time I watched it, after I watched it, I'm like, that is one of the funnest horror movies I've ever watched.
Yeah, it was scary in its own way.
Yeah.
And it had things of or hints of comedy.
Yeah.
Definitely things of horror, like high school drama stuff or college drama, whatever it is.
I just think it was so funny. I think it was on our second or third day, whenever someone would start to say something she'd already heard, she freaks out. She's like, no. It was so funny. But so yeah, that's it for Blu-rays, unless you can think of any others that are coming out.
Not that I can think of.
I know next week is a big one. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World.
Ooh, yes.
There goes $35 on the Steelbook. Because I have the first two on Steelbook, and I have to have all three, of course. Because it's such a great trilogy. Oh my gosh. But let's jump to Through the Wall, where we got so I saw this posted to Facebook from IGN about a Game of Thrones Season 8 petition that has got over 50,000 signatures, I think. Is that what it said?
Yeah, it's got a significant amount of signatures.
For them to basically remake Season 8 of Game of Thrones. And Caleb is completely on board with this.
I am. So this is the final season of Game of Thrones. And like I told you, but I'm just going to rehash it all. The season didn't it kicked off a little slow in ways of action.
Okay.
It just kind of was people meeting each other and figuring out news and stuff. But they left so many things open in season 7. They caused more plots. They started more than they finished.
So there was a lot of plot holes.
No, not plot holes.
Oh.
It's just they opened up a plot and then they started one and then they just need to conclude it.
Okay.
And the new writers, because after season 7 they were caught up on the books.
Okay, and who writes the books again?
George R.R. Martin.
Is he working on Book 8 right now? Or has he not even decided if he wants to do Book 8?
So he wants to, and he's actually disappointed with how it's going, and he's apologized to fans saying I'm sorry, like I didn't get this written faster.
That really, poor guy. That sucks, dude.
Yeah, and it's because the new directors, they
Yeah.
call them D&D because I think it's like Dan and David or something like that.
Oh.
But yeah, they're like screwing all this up. They're closing things like super fast and super unsatisfying.
I think it would have been fine if they took a little break between 7 and 8. I mean, how long?
They did. It was like a year.
Oh, yeah, but I think even because Adult Swim just announced that Rick and Morty season 4 will be coming this October. I think
November.
And how long has it been since season 3 came out?
It's been about maybe a year and a half.
Oh, I thought it was longer. I don't know. When it comes to this kind of like epic show, I think that they honestly should have waited until he finished the book too.
Dude, but they've spent so much money on each episode. I think this is the most expensive season of Game of Thrones.
I mean, just from like pictures I've seen, I can see why.
I think they made it's a record with the show costing $12 million per episode, if I'm remembering right.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and the writing sucks.
Has Peter Dinklage though?
Well, he's amazing.
Okay.
The acting,
That's all I care about.
acting is on point. It's the story that's like super shitty.
Yeah.
So
yeah, even my coworker, Destiny, who like loves the show as much as you do, she is pissed. She's on board with the petition as well.
Yeah. So yeah, the first couple episodes were just kind of like. So the first episode had some story and whatever, and we're just like, okay, cool. Second episode was more like filler, and then they have like another, like the third, and the third one had like this major battle, like a major battle that we've been waiting on forever, and it was so dark. Like not like tone, like the tone was dark. It was just like. Dark.
Like you actually had to turn your TV up on brightness. Dark?
Yeah, and like
shit.
you couldn't see shit.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Like,
even if like the room was pitch black, you still had to turn your TV up.
Dude, I had to turn my lamp off in my room. It was that dark, and my lamp isn't even that bright.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it was that freaking dark, and each time I was paying attention the entire time, and usually like. I'll play on my phone or something. I was full attention on this.
Yeah.
And I was still lost. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, who's that? Oh, that's that person. Like, after being able, like, their face gets in the light for, like, a second. I'm like, oh, I know who that is. But it's just so dark. And then this episode after that was just, like, another filler. And that one is the one, like, the famous episode with the Starbucks cup. I mean, at $12 million an episode, clean your shit up.
Yeah.
Like, if I was an investor in that, I would be beyond pissed. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, no one's even talking about the episode.
Yeah,
they're talking about the damn Starbucks cup.
Well, we all know who their sponsor will be now.
Have you seen the fake Starbucks cup or pop figure?
Yes. If that was a real thing, I would so buy that.
Dude, I totally would.
Dude, it's just insane. Like, because I saw IGN post a picture of how, with Rotten Tomato scores, like the first 3 episodes were like in the 80s to 90s, and then I think when it came to episode 4, like it dropped to 50%, and it just kept going down.
Yeah, so that was the freaking dive, and we're on the last episode.
Oh, it premieres this Sunday?
I think it premieres this Sunday. And
shit.
There's so much shit. So one of the most badass characters, Cersei, who is my freaking boo.
She's played by Lena Headey, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She, throughout this entire season, has been a complete and utter badass.
Okay.
She doesn't take shit from no one. Like, does all this crazy shit that you're just like, oh, damn. Like, with revenge and stuff.
Okay.
And, like, causing havoc with her enemies and everything. And then, spoiler alert, they kill her off in the most ridiculous way. Like, they kill her off crying. Yeah, she's trying to escape this castle, figures out that she can't, and she's just crying. And then the tunnels collapse in on her. Most unsatisfying thing ever. I wanted her to go out in a freaking blaze of glory.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you'd expect. But no, she's crying in a crypt and then gets crushed by rocks. And then her brother, who's also her lover, which is another issue, we've been following him kind of like distancing himself from Cersei.
Yeah.
And kind of becoming his own person and actually like doing what he cares about. Because Cersei hates Tyrion, which is Peter Dinklage's character. Because the Lannisters are Jaime, Tyrion, and Cersei, and Tyrion's Peter Dinklage. So he's
How
like
can anyone hate that man?
Yeah, exactly. So Lena and they're actually like super good friends.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
and so Cersei hates Tyrion, but Jaime actually likes Tyrion. Like they're friends.
Okay.
Like how they're brothers, like how they should be. And he's been like learning that he doesn't have to follow Cersei to the ends of the earth and all this shit. And then the last episode, he ends up dying with Cersei. Yeah, being crushed in the crypt. He abandons like everyone.
Yeah, that
like
seems
anyone that he's
extremely
grown
out of
a
character.
Yeah, anyone like they're building a character and then they're like all that growth.
Yeah.
They're just like screw that shit. Like no, this is how it's going to end. And their whole excuse is we didn't want it to be expected. Oh, so we didn't want to see this character kind of come into his own? Like, we're just going to unwrite all this shit. It's a nightmare and a half. So he does that.
Damn.
Daenerys, the Dragon Queen, she is, throughout the entire season, or the entire show, is saying that she doesn't want to be known. Like, her father was known as the Mad King, and he would burn places down with dragons and all this other crazy shit until like dragons until dragons died off and then blah 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 blah. So he was known as the Mad King, and people were calling her the Mad Queen because they were afraid that she was going to be just like her father. And she like makes a point to not be like her father. She doesn't like if there's a peaceful solution or if people surrender, she will accept the surrender and then make the people bow to her.
Okay.
Like, you know how a ruler should?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she makes it a point to, if there's a peaceful solution, she'll take that. They do like the same thing in like the main village or the main castle that they're trying to take over called King's Landing. So Cersei thinks that it's a smart idea to bring civilians into the castle because she's like, oh, she's not going to attack this place. And so they like raid this place, like the city. The soldiers surrender, and there's like a bell that means like they've surrendered. So the bell is ringing. And then Daenerys is just like, F that shit, flies and burns down the entire freaking castle. Like killing all these civilians, basically becoming everything she said she wasn't going to. And you're just kind of like, what the fuck, man?
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a nightmare. And then Jon Snow, who's supposed to be one of the bigger characters, is getting sidelined. And it's not good writing at all. These directors are not good storytellers. And they're trying to wrap all this stuff in like a real shitty bow. Like, it's Christmas morning and they're wrapping the present.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. And yeah, I'm super happy that this petition's... I hope it gets some more ground. That's more than 50,000 people, because I don't think HBO is going to be like, oh yeah, we'll just fork out another 12 million
yeah, right.
to make this for 50,000 people.
That's chump change. We can totally do that.
Yeah, but I do hope that they fix it. And I hope George R.R. Martin fixes everything. Because I want to see how this plays out. Yeah. I want to see how like this should play out, like what we've been expecting this to play out and everything. And it's not going anywhere that we were planning on it.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, they're just like all this character growth, and they're like, oh, we're going to do something unexpected, and then it's just like completely out of character. At least, like, it seemed in character for them in season 1.
Okay.
And then
That
as
makes
like,
sense.
but all the growth, all the development that they've had, you think that they'd be heading a different direction, and then they just head a completely opposite one. And then the directors just are like, we didn't want it to be expected. We didn't want people thinking about how this was going to go. And like George actually had like an interview where he talked about it. He's like, if you're writing a story and you're making it like foreshadowing through all these stories, oh, the butler did it, the butler did it, the butler did it, and then you see online that someone guessed, hey, the butler did it, and then you write the last book saying it was the maid that did it. Like, it kind of ruins everything else.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like, okay, so we think it's the butler, and then suddenly maid. But
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did, and I hate it.
At least, so when it comes to conclusions from this year, at least the Russos sent the Avengers series off with a bang, unlike the Game of Thrones creators are doing with this.
Exactly.
So at least you have one finale that you loved.
Yeah. They have cool things in the episodes.
Yeah.
Like they had a really cool scene with one of the characters, Arya, killing the Night King because they wanted her to be the hero and not Jon Snow. Like,
okay, I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones, and I know that Jon Snow is like the big baddie of the whole series.
Yeah, like that's like it's his whole stick.
Yeah,
but
so
they're just like, yeah, we want it, and like honestly, like we could let a lot of stuff go, and we're like, okay, but then the way they describe it, they're like, yeah, we didn't want him to be the hero in this situation. Why not?
Yeah. It's Arya Stark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway.
Any relation? I'm just kidding.
Oh, if you're listening to this and love Game of Thrones, go get this petition signed. Because this needs to get a lot more traction so we can actually have like a shot of getting a good season 8. That kind of retcons all this bullshit.
Yeah. I agree, and I haven't even seen the show, so I'd sign it. All right, before Caleb goes any more angry, let's move on to our next bit of news, which is that Chris Rock is rebooting the Saw franchise.
First question, why?
Second, how? Like, is this going to be like a... Don't turn Saw into just like some comedy spoof, because Saw does not work like that.
It doesn't. It's supposed to be like, I hope that Chris Rock is just one of those great horror minds like Jordan Peele.
Yes. Please,
that's what I'm
Jordan
hoping
Peele,
for.
Please.
I'm hoping that Chris Rock's just really effed up in the head, and he's like, I want to see this shit done. And
yeah.
We're just like, as you are.
I mean, because after watching Jigsaw, which I think should have been the final Saw movie, except besides Saw 7, because
I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Jigsaw yet?
No.
Okay, we gotta watch that, dude.
I know.
Because compared to Saw 7, that thing's like a masterpiece.
That's not a high bar.
Yeah, that's true, because, oh my gosh, I hate Saw the final chapter so much. There's some saving graces, really only the character of Hoffman. But yeah, other than that, I hate that movie. Horrible way to end a series. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. Because I enjoy all the Saw movies in a way. Saw 6 will always be my favorite. But I don't know. They better give Tobin Bell at least like a little cameo
nod.
or a cameo, because he's still alive.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, isn't he?
I don't know. No, so I hope what comes out of this is that this is just kind of like a continuation.
That's what I hope so too. I don't want a reboot.
Yeah, because I feel like if they're going to reboot it with Chris Rock, and I don't want to sound racist.
Okay, he's still alive.
Okay,
we're
cool.
good.
I don't want to sound racist, but I feel like they would just do Jigsaw with a more diverse cast.
Yeah, okay, I get you there.
And I feel like that would work as a continuation, not as a reboot. Because if you're rebooting and making Jigsaw not... There's no good way to say this. I'm just going to stop.
I was just thinking of like an idea if they wanted to go like a comedy route with this. Take the whole cast of grown-ups, like, Kevin James, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, David Spade, and oh my goodness,
Rob Schneider.
Yeah, Rob Schneider, who for some reason wasn't in the sequel and really annoyed me. Can you just imagine? It's just that group of people in a whole bunch of Saw traps, and that's the next Saw movie. I would probably pay money to see that.
That would be pretty great. But I hope Chris Rock does Saw good.
I do too. It's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah.
Considering I've never seen him really do anything like dramatic or...
Yeah, he's always been comedic.
Yeah.
So
not that he's a bad comedian. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, same here. I love Chris Rock. But I feel like if this was anyone else, like if this was like Adam Sandler being like, I want to reboot Saw, I'd be a little bit more, because I've seen Adam Sandler do serious stuff before.
Yeah, but
I don't know what to expect from
after
Chris Rock.
Jack and Jill, I don't want Adam Sandler to touch anything I love.
Touche. Touche.
Because I watched that movie again recently. Oh my gosh, it's worse a second time. Wow. Okay.
All right, let's get into the last bit of news.
Which is actually... Oh, wait, no, sorry. I'm thinking of this week's sneak peeks. Okay, this still isn't good. So, before we started recording, I want to say IGN and Rotten Tomatoes have reported that Robert Pattinson from the Twilight series is in final talks to replace Ben Affleck as Batman in Matt Reeves' The Batman. I've only seen clips of him in the Twilight movies. I will never watch those movies fully. I never. And I've never seen Water for Elephants, which I heard that he was good in that. So the only movie that I've actually seen fully with him in it is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And he was good in that.
He was. He was very good. But he also didn't have a huge role.
Yeah, that's true.
This is Batman.
Yes.
Batman needs to be a man with a presence. And I don't think that Robert Pattinson has that kind of presence unless he's covered in freaking glitter.
True. I mean, George Clooney, though, has played Batman. But, okay, he wasn't the problem, though.
Yeah, but even George Clooney is a man with a presence.
That's true. And, yeah, George Clooney's a very good actor. I take that back. Sorry.
Yeah, Michael Keaton is a man that has just a thing about him. Val Kilmer was.
Yeah, even Val Kilmer. Even Adam West.
Yeah, Adam West was
the
man with a presence.
Yeah. Yeah, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck.
Robert Pattinson is kind of someone that I feel could get lost in the background.
I agree.
And that's not what you want out of Batman.
No.
You want someone that's, like, intimidating. Like, I'm not going to be intimidated by a little string bean. I'm like, ooh, you dress like a bat, big deal. No, I'm going to be intimidated by a big, beefy dude dressed like Batman.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be what's intimidating.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we'll see if this gets confirmed that he really is the Batman.
I hope it doesn't. I think he'd make a better Riddler.
Or Robin.
Or, no. Hell no. That's blasphemy, Rose.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I could see him as the Riddler.
Yeah.
What do you think of, like, the whole thing going around of how, like, Josh Gad kept teasing that he was going to be the Penguin?
I still hope that's true. I think he'd make a freaking killer Penguin.
He really would. Yeah, I'm actually really on board for that.
I kind of want, like, if he does ever do Penguin, I want him to do like the laugh.
Oh, he better. It's not the Penguin without the laugh.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see his take on it after Danny DeVito, because Danny DeVito did a great job
Mm-hmm.
in Batman Returns.
He did a really good job.
Yeah.
Like, he was not the Penguin we knew.
But I liked the fresh take on the character.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, I don't know if you have anything else to say.
I don't.
So
just don't ruin Saw and don't ruin Batman.
There we go. And stop ruining Game of Thrones.
Yeah, knock it off.
All right, let's move on to this week's sneak peeks, where we got 3 trailers. Well, no, okay, sorry, no. 2 trailers, 1 behind-the-scenes clip, and a TV spot to talk about. The first trailer up, we got Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, or just Maleficent 2.
And the first question I got for this is why?
Yeah, when this was posted, I want to say Sunday, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Someone posted like the best comment, and they were just like, after the trailer, I still don't know where they're going with this movie, and I 100% agree. I don't see the point of this movie.
Yeah, like, it was just kind of wrapped up in a bow at the end of Maleficent. And,
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see Angelina Jolie back as Maleficent, because I think she's great.
This is actually her first role in a really, really long time.
It is. Yeah, that's true. Let's hope that she does as good as
Was
she does.
she even in anything before Maleficent?
I don't know. The last movie I can think of before that she was in was Salt.
Yeah. But that came out way before Maleficent.
Yeah, that came out like 2010?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen her in anything else.
Yeah, Brad Pitt acts more than Angelina Jolie does.
Barely.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true.
Like, the last thing I saw Brad Pitt in was Deadpool 2.
I'm sure he still got a shit ton of money for that, though.
Probably.
I mean, it's Brad Pitt. I know, like, for a while that they were talking about doing World War Z 2, but it never happened. So,
I'm not sad.
I didn't love the first one, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan when it comes to like zombie kind of stuff. Like, I won't even watch The Walking Dead because I don't think it's really that entertaining.
I hear it gets more entertaining as you go through, so I think I just need to get through the slow part.
The only like zombie movie that I like absolutely love, and that's because it was like a staple of my childhood, is Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Just because I thought it was the way that like them reacting to like, oh my goodness, like these are like actual like real monsters, just because they're just used to it being a man behind a mask. So seeing them react to seeing an actual ghost was like really cool. And I think that's probably honestly my favorite Scooby-Doo movie. I love that movie. But sorry, getting off topic here. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this.
I don't either. I'm not. It's not something that I was like, oh, I needed to see this.
Yeah, right. I'd only see it just to see Angelina Jolie back in the character. As the character.
I would need more story before I go see this in theaters.
Yeah, I would too. And even with that, I'd probably only catch this on a $5 Tuesday.
I'd probably wait till
Redbox or Netflix.
Or
sorry,
Netflix.
No, Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. I'd probably wait till Disney Plus.
Yeah. Yeah, is there anything else you got on this?
Nope.
Okay. All right, next up we got our final trailer for The Secret Life of Pets 2, which, good trailer overall. I really liked it. I still don't know where the plot is going.
Yeah.
It's like, from the looks of it, it seems like it's mostly focused on Max and Duke taking care of their owner's new child and like how they feel like they need to step up.
And it seems like Max has some like anxiety issues.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know where they're taking it. But
yeah,
I kind
like
of
cool wolves.
Yeah. I kind of felt the same way with the first Secret Life of Pets. They didn't really give away a lot in the trailers. And I ended up really enjoying that movie.
It was all right.
Okay, it was good. It wasn't Illumination's worst, and it definitely wasn't their best.
It was like a C+ movie.
I'd probably give you that. Yeah. I wanted to fight that, but no, I don't really think I can.
You're damn right you can't.
I still stand that Sing is their best movie to me.
DreamWorks?
No, Illumination.
Illumination? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Minions is way at the bottom. Or wait, no, actually, that might be the Lorax.
Yeah, because why in the hell did we need a Minions movie?
Money. So much money. All right, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely check it out in theaters.
I probably won't.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not paying full price. I'd have to catch it on a matinee or $5 Tuesday, but I'll still see it. I saw the first one in theaters, and I'll admit the ending got me choked up.
Serious?
Dude, okay, when the owners... Okay, so, I don't know why. Maybe it was just because what I was going through, because before this movie came out, a couple months ago, I'd sadly had to put my cat down. So,
okay.
That's
now I get it.
Like, yeah, so seeing, like, all those, owners come home to their pets, like, I'm just like... Yeah, it just really got to me. So, I don't know, I don't know, my grade would probably go down a little bit, maybe just because of the state I was in at that time. But I don't know. I hope the sequel's good. I want a lot of Chloe because I love her character in the first one.
I don't have super high hopes.
Well, it beats Minions 2, right?
You're not wrong.
Or Despicable Me 4. Which, yeah, I didn't really like the third one. I really didn't.
Yeah.
The first one's still the best one. All right, let's move on to the Chucky behind the scenes, where we actually got to take a look at how the animatronics were made for the Chucky doll, which I think it's awesome that for the most part they're sticking with animatronic. They're not doing CGI. For the most part, I think he looks really good. There were some shots that I'm just like, that kind of looks like shit.
Just mainly the parts where you can see his head that is like significantly bigger than his body.
Yeah. I pointed this out to Caleb that with this one, he's just an AI toy that like goes haywire, where within the original, it was a man that voodooed his soul into a doll, and as he was in the doll more, it became more human. So maybe that's why the doll looked a little better in the original when he became more human. I don't know. But I don't know, like, honestly, I think like how Chucky looked in like the first two looks actually better than he does in this.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, like, but I'm still really excited for this movie.
I'm pretty excited too.
I really like the approach that they're taking with this. And then transitioning into that, we got our first TV spot where it showed a lot of stuff. A
lot of quick stuff.
Yeah, it did, but like I feel like it showed a lot more than the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Second trailer did. Got a lot more of Chucky. Like, damn.
A lot more voice.
Yeah.
From Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
And
it didn't sound like Joker this
voice.
time. I do too. What was the line that he said? Isn't this fun or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I dig the voice. I Mark Hamill was cast perfectly as the voice of Chucky.
And we totally called it.
That's true, we did. Do you remember? Did you see what episode that we called it on?
No, but I think I remember us talking
I do too,
about
yeah.
it.
Like, we talked about like 3 people that we thought could replace him. But yeah.
And then I brought in Mark Hamill, and you're just like, yes.
Yep. But, yeah, no, the only problem I have with this movie is just like in some shots, Chucky kind of just doesn't look the greatest.
Yeah, it looks funky.
So I'm hoping that's fixed in post-production, but I don't know, considering he's an animatronic. You can't really fix that.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be a weird one.
So I guess we'll find out on June 22nd. Isn't that when this movie comes out? I know it comes out the same day as Toy Story 4, which I feel is going to...
That's ironic.
I know, right? Or is it June 14th or June 21st? Because I don't know. I feel that's going to kill its box office a little.
With coming out with Toy Story 4?
Yeah, on the same day as Toy Story 4.
I don't know. I think people are a little bit more excited to see Chucky than they are Toy Story 4. But I'm assuming that Chucky's going to be rated R, so it's going to have
it's
that
already
going
been
against
confirmed
it.
it's rated R.
Okay, then it's probably going to get beat out by Toy Story.
Okay, yeah, it comes out on June 21st. So, yeah. And I think we all know Toy Story 4 is still going to make a shit ton of money.
Oh yeah.
It's Pixar and it's Toy Story. But I'm honestly scared to like see when they release. They say that the what's the word? The embargo has been lifted and people can release their reviews. I'm really scared to see how this movie is reviewed.
Mark Hamill hasn't let us down yet. So
I was talking about Toy Story 4.
Oh,
sorry.
Toy Story 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I'm not looking forward to at all.
I'm still looking forward to it just because it's Toy Story. But I'm also scared about this one just because most remakes are not that good and they usually are torn to bits when it comes to comparison to the original.
But it's also because they're trying to copy the original.
That's true. I feel
this one's just reimagining it. And I think that...
Which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're going a completely different direction, and I think that's a really good idea. All right, you got anything else to say on Chucky?
Nope.
All right, well, what do you say we move on to our main event of the evening?
Well, we have to do our 1 out of 3.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm sorry.
Which I think it's going to be the same.
Yeah, I would agree. So, number 1, Child's Play.
Yep.
Number 2, Secret Life of Pets 2.
Yep.
And then number 3, Maleficent.
Yep.
2. Okay. Yeah, I really just want... Just as, like, my joke that I usually always say, I wanted to say Maleficent 2 as number 1, but I didn't... It's kind of... The joke's kind of overstayed its welcome, and it didn't feel appropriate to do it for this movie. Maybe next time.
Didn't feel appropriate.
Yeah, didn't deserve the funny joke. That's how I feel. All right, now what do you say we move on to our main event of the evening?
I say let's do it.
Sweet.
It's time for the main event. Let's play a game.
All right, so with our main event of the evening, we will be breaking down a movie that was recommended to us by our good friend Vic. We'll be... I cannot do English tonight. I'm sorry. We will be breaking down the movie Room, starring Brie Larson and Jacob Tremblay. Is it Tremblay or Tremblay?
Tremblay, I think.
It's Tremblay? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, I should probably pull up the synopsis.
Yeah. So when you're doing that, I'll read off our message from our bros, which we only got one, and it's from Victor.
You're the man, Vic.
So I asked, like super last minute, what are your thoughts about the movie, and did you enjoy it as much as we did? Because I think we both enjoyed it a ton. Victor said, I loved this movie, obviously, since I recommended it. Brie Larson did such an amazing job showing such real emotion. You go through so many emotions throughout the movie. If this doesn't get an A, I'll be pissed. LOL.
I don't blame him.
And we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
After you did with the character development on Avengers Endgame, we'll see what score we give it.
Uh-huh. We're going to be extra harsh on it just for you.
Because apparently we're too nice.
Yep. You should have thought about that.
All right. So, with the synopsis for Room, we got kidnapped, confined to a tiny room, and raped. They really got down to it.
Yeah, they did.
Words. A young woman gives birth to a son. When he reaches his 5th birthday, she begins plotting an escape. Short, sweet, and to the point.
Damn right.
If it's on Netflix, I think I'm just going to start rating theirs because I think it's better and it doesn't really give away the plot like I think IMDb's does.
Right.
So,
like all of our reviews, this one's definitely a spoiler review.
So,
and if you're new to this system, we have our different categories that we broke the movie down into. We have it separated into story that we grade from 0 to 100, writing, acting, character development, effects. We grade the music and the costumes on a scale of 1 to 10. And then we give it an overall genre grade, which we decided it's just a flat drama.
It's a dramatic drama.
It's a dramatic drama.
There you go.
We kind of split it into two, like the main genre, subgenre, so that's why we said
Yeah.
dramatic drama.
I can't. Yeah, there's really no other genre that really defines this movie. I think it's just filed as a drama on Netflix, isn't it?
Well, that's how most movies are.
That's a good point.
Like, they usually throw it into one.
Where does it even? I don't even think it says the genre.
Hmm.
Lame. No, it doesn't.
Oh.
Huh.
Well, first off, story. So this follows the story of, what was her name, Joy?
Yeah. Yep. It was a joke.
Of Joy and Jack living in the room.
Which
Or just room.
Yeah, it's just room. Which is a shed that is in the backyard of their captor's yard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that sentence that I made just made sense. Did it?
A little bit.
Okay, all right.
So, the story goes that it actually just starts off 7 years. Joy's been in the room.
Yep.
She has a 5-year-old son, so that means she got pregnant 2 years into being
When she was
captive.
Yep, when she was 19.
How old?
19?
19?
Right?
So she was 26 in this?
No, he was 5, right?
No, how old was she when she got taken?
So she was 17 when she was taken. So if he was
Okay.
5, she'd have to be 19
Yes.
when she got pregnant. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then, so she'd be 25?
Well, shouldn't be 24?
I can't math today.
I can't either. I can't math any day, so you got me there.
So yeah. So he has known nothing but this room. And she's just trying, like, she figures out that they can trick the captor, Nick,
Yeah.
into
Old Man Nick is the one she calls him.
Old Man Nick.
Yep.
Yeah, trick him into getting released.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that she does it,
I mean, you gotta give her props for, like, I honestly didn't think that was going to work.
I didn't either.
I thought, like, the kid was just gonna, like, make, like, a shriek or something when he picked him up.
I know, that's what I thought too. I'm like, good on you, kid.
Yeah, the kid knows how to stay quiet, so bravo to him.
Yeah.
But, like, honestly, like, when she, like, starts talking to Jack about, like, the outside of how, like, beautiful it is, you know, like, it's so colorful, there's so many things in the world, like, you know, like the things that you see on TV, like dogs, cats, fish, that's all real. Like, that really is a thing. And he just, like, keeps, like, saying, like, no, that's not real. You're totally lying to me. The only stuff that's real is what's here in room. And, like, honestly, like, how he was, like, yelling at her, like, I hate you for, like, telling me these lies. I wanted to start crying. It was so sad.
Dude, so that brings me to what I wanted to talk about with this movie. So, have you ever heard of Plato's allegory of the cave?
No, I have not.
Okay, so this is his whole spiel, or his whole shtick.
Okay.
There are people, like, imagine, like, this is a philosophy thing, so a lot of this is just imagining a situation. Imagine if there is someone outside of, like, this cave that is, like, bringing these objects and putting them, like, up against the sun to reflect a shadow on this wall. And in the cave, there are people that know nothing but the cave. Like, they were raised in this cave.
Okay.
And all they see are the shadows on the wall. His theory is that they would not be able to perceive or even imagine a world outside of the cave, or outside, like, what's real to them is the images on the wall in the with the shadows. That's what's real to them. And so when they come out, it's like a different world to them.
Okay.
Exactly what this, like this kid was experiencing.
Yeah.
He knows nothing but this room. He doesn't know that there's things beyond it.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that does know that is
his mom.
Is his mom. But I loved how they were showing that. Like, he was talking about, like, it goes on until it ends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's 4 walls, and talking about how big it was, like, all the space. But then once he actually gets out and, like, sees the world and everything and how big it is, and then he wants to kind of go back to his cave or room, and then he realizes this is small.
Mm. Like, honestly, like, just, like, at the beginning, just watching them in the room, I honestly didn't even think it was that small. Like, the way that they shot this movie, it does look bigger than it does than when you see it at the end and you see it in its full capacity. Because, holy shit, that thing's small.
Yeah.
Like,
I
damn.
think you see it from his perspective.
That's a good point, and I loved that.
Yeah. So this is like a summary of Plato's allegory of the cave.
Okay.
Imagine a cave where people have been imprisoned from childhood, or birth. These prisoners are chained so that their legs and necks are fixed, forcing them to gaze at the wall in front of them and not look around at the cave, each other, or themselves. Behind the prisoners is a fire, and between the fire and the prisoners is a raised walkway with a low wall behind which people walk, carry objects, or puppets of men and other living things. The people walk behind the wall so their bodies do not cast shadows for the prisoners to see, but the objects they carry do. The prisoners cannot see any of what is happening behind them. They are only able to see the shadows cast upon the cave wall in front of them. The sounds of the people talking echo off the walls, and the prisoners believe these sounds come from the shadows. Socrates suggests that the shadows are reality for the prisoners because they have never seen anything else. They do not realize that what they see are shadows of objects in front of a fire, much less that these objects are inspired by real things outside the cave which they do not see. The fire or human-made light and the puppets used to make shadows are done by the artists. This can be compared to how illusions are made with light and sound today with electronics, videos, movies, and 3D visuals. Plato indicates that the fire is also the political doctrine that is taught in the nations. Okay, that gets into a little bit more weird shit.
Well, you said that was great.
Yeah, so few humans will ever escape the cave. This is not some easy task, and only a true philosopher with decades of preparation would be able to leave the cave up the steep incline. Most humans will live at the bottom of the cave, and a small few will be the major artists that project the shadows with the use of human-made light. And then this is like the departure. Plato then supposes that one prisoner is freed. This prisoner would look around and see the fire. The light would hurt his eyes and make it difficult for him to see the objects casting the shadows. If he were told that what he is seeing is real instead of the other version of reality he sees on the wall, he would not believe it. In his pain, Plato continues, the freed prisoner would turn away and run back to what he is accustomed to, the shadows of the carried objects.
Okay.
It would hurt his eyes, and he would escape by turning away to the things which he was able to look at, and these he would believe to be clearer than what was being shown to him. So I think that that's what this kid was experiencing.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, like
Damn.
This kid was experiencing looking out, like being a freed prisoner and escaping towards the light, and it was hurting him, like hurting his eyes and just hurting his brain. But in that situation, he was able to turn back and be like, I'm going back to this cave and just going to accept what I see on the wall.
Yeah.
This kid didn't have a choice. He couldn't go back. And I think that really messed up his world.
It did, especially, I want to say, like, he asked his mom, like, was it like 2 or 3 times if they can go back to her room after they have escaped.
Yeah. And that was insane to me. Like, this movie's just thought experiment.
It really is. Like, holy shit. Like, oh, this movie is just amazing. Like,
it is.
That's
it is insane.
simplest way to put it.
The story was I feel was like incredible.
Oh yeah,
showing her escape and just kind of readjusting to life outside. And I loved how they showed how she was like looking at pictures of her past, and it looked like she was physically hurt.
Yeah,
and seeing like her old friends and being like, they gotta live.
Yeah, I thought that
lives.
was very interesting how she pointed out. She's like, doesn't she say to Jack, she's like, oh, do you know what happened to them? And he's like, no. It's like, nothing happened to them. They got to live happy, enjoyable lives. And then she just like quickly just puts her shit back, and she's like, I can't do this. I can't do this right now.
Yeah. I think that she, for like, obviously until they escaped, was in just pure survival mode.
Yeah.
She was doing what she needed to survive, handling her crap. And then once she got out of that situation, was in her own home with her family, and realized that that wasn't something she needed to worry about anymore. She didn't have to worry about survival or protecting Jack any longer. It seemed like she was lost.
And after like being, what's the word? Cut off from civilization for as long as she had, it's understandable. And especially the scene where she like freaks out on her mom, just saying like, this situation, I'm the only one that was affected by it. You weren't affected by it. And her mom was like, no, do you even know what it was like for me to not know where my daughter was? And she's like, still though, like, I'm the one that was held captive. You don't know anything of how I feel. And she just like storms off. I mean, you want to be mad at Brie Larson for yelling at her character, but not her character, at her mom.
You mean Joy?
Yeah.
Just say Joy.
Sorry. You want to be mad at Joy for yelling at her mother for being mad that her world was changed, but at the same time, it's like, you can understand why Joy is like that I don't know, like, I never really got mad at her character for what she did.
I didn't either. I was super just kind of behind her,
and especially like the one scene where she's getting interviewed, like she finally is interviewed by the news, and
I hated that reporter.
I know. Oh my!
I hated her.
Just like how she pointed out, like, oh, so like, would you ever let him see his dad? And she's just like, that's not his dad. Well, he did, like help you give birth to him. He's like, I don't give a shit. That's not a dad.
Yeah. Dude, like, so I liked how the lawyer kind of cut in with that. And it was
Yeah.
like, hey. And then she was just kind of like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
He could have cut in later.
he could have.
That would have been like a good little like, hey, let's not.
Yeah. What was okay, I forgot. What was the question that he was like, okay, maybe not.
So that was the question.
It was that question?
Yeah, like,
okay.
Oh, was there this? Was there that? Like when she was talking about him.
Oh, yeah, because she's like, were there other men? Like, who was his dad? I'm just like, who the hell asked that?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, how about you just read the room?
Yeah.
Crazy bitch.
It's like, how about you just shut the hell up and take what she gives you?
Yeah, and then I felt that the lawyer could have stepped in when she was asking about, like, oh, did you ever think about having Nick give or take Jack somewhere to, like, just drop him off? Or whatever. And I'm like, are you shitting
That's the
me?
part. I was just like, are you seriously asking that? You're asking that she ever thought about giving her son up to, like...
Her son's the only reason she got out.
Yeah. Just like, did you ever think about giving up your son to, like, him actually, like, living a happy life to where he didn't have to be stuck in there for 5 years? I'm just like, who the hell asked that?
Yeah.
Like
that would have been a time for Mr. Lawyer Man to be like, you need to leave.
Like, I get it. I mean, it worked out for the character. Like, well, it was a good character moment. But I mean, I don't know how it goes with interviewers because I've seen like interviewers like pull out some like very serious questions. But I mean, like, are they allowed to go into those kind of boundaries?
They're allowed to go wherever the hell they want.
They are? Okay. Because I mean, like, it was.
They have a story to tell, and if they're going to get as much info out of you as possible.
Yeah.
And I love when people walk out on interviewers.
Like RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. did.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, like, I wanted to punch that guy in the face.
Dude, he's had 2 people walk out on him.
Who was the other one?
I want to say Tom Hardy, I think.
Okay, so two people that have been in Marvel movies. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, someone I might be wrong, but someone else walked out.
That guy seems just like one of the biggest dicks you could ever talk to.
Exactly. Like, why? No, like, you don't need to get into that personal shit. Like, you want to talk about their story. I get it.
Yeah, but don't bring up like their past that basically defined them then. That to me, Robert Downey Jr. has had one of the biggest 360s I've probably ever seen, and I am so proud of him for how far he's come. Like, he is a new man for where he is now.
He's Iron Man.
Yeah, right. Exactly. He is Iron Man. He is Tony Stark. So for someone to bring that up, just I feel that is just so distasteful.
It is. It is very distasteful. I really did not care. So, like, all that shit. Mm-hmm. But I kind of understand. I think that would be something that would cross her mind.
Yeah.
But I think there was a reason that she didn't go through with something like that. He was kind of, like, it was either that, like, have a baby around and bring someone else. Like, it's easy. It's kind of like when someone's drowning. Unless you throw them a life preserver, or like there's a reason they tell you not to go swim after them.
Yeah.
Because if you get too close to them, they're going to just drag you down with them. Mm-hmm. Because they feel like, oh, this person is like going to rescue me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the situation that Jack was in. She didn't want to have him leave, because that's her son. Mm-hmm. But I think the second reason was because he was her life preserver.
Yeah.
He gave her something to think about besides being alone with her thoughts.
I mean, if you think about it, he was probably the one thing that maybe stopped her from like attempting to commit suicide. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel.
I mean, until she attempted again, like,
yeah. After that interview, like, and, you know, like, with that whole, like, death thing, where she, like, tries to kill herself, like, honestly, I thought, okay, either she is going to actually kill herself or she's gonna put Jack up for adoption. I just had that pit in my stomach that I don't think
she would have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't want it to happen, and I hoped it didn't, but I just had a little pit in my stomach that it could possibly happen, and I was praying it wasn't going to.
Yeah. Yeah, with that situation where she did attempt to, I thought she was going to die.
Yeah.
Like, this movie did so well at just tension.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
Like, the whole situation with Jack being in the truck and, like, trying to get out. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I had my hands wrapped around my knees. I'm like, roll, kid, roll, come on.
And then when the cop was interviewing him, and he's like, what's her name? Or what's your mom's name? And he's like, I was like, just come on. And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, shit.
And then when he pulled out her tooth, I'm like, thank you. Oh, okay, good. Okay. That's a start. Actually, no, that's not even a start. That is like a bullseye right there.
Shit. It was just so good at building up the tension.
Yeah.
But overall, I feel the story was
really good. Like
The
honestly,
story. Okay, so I don't disagree with me if you want,
okay.
but I want to dock points on our grade because of the story's ending. I feel the story ended like super abruptly. Like it.
Do you kind of like wish it would have ended more like of them and like maybe like the future, like Jack's like maybe like more grown up, like them?
I actually, yeah, a
I thi-
little bit
I think that would have.
because like
I can
this
agree with you on there.
I don't even remember the ending.
I think like the last shot is them it's mostly just like a montage of them like trying things together because that's like really the ending. It's like it's like it's us against the world. It's me and Maud just like wanting to do and try everything. Yeah, we're gonna fail, but we're gonna do it together.
Yeah, like that's not something that stuck with me.
It kind of stuck with me. I kind of like that like it's
I like don't get me wrong, I liked that ending, but it was also just kind of like,
you kind of wish that you could have seen a glimpse into the future.
a little bit, yeah.
I can agree with you on that one.
So where do you want to sit at with story?
I'm thinking like it. I don't know.
I feel like
Are you thinking a 90?
I was thinking like 85. honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we meet in the middle? Because I'm like set
I
on
feel
a
like
90.
I was all right. Let me explain my 85.
Okay.
So part of it's because yes, it was like I felt the ending was just a little not super satisfying,
Okay.
but the other part of it was we kind of missed out on a bit of growth from Joy.
That's true. We did. Yeah, we saw a lot in Jack.
Yeah,
Like,
but like we didn't get to see like what kind of changed her mind. Like, was it just the like attempting and failing that kind of like
Well, I mean,
flip that switch, or
it's kind of it points towards that because she got that present from Jack, his hair that like that gave her the strength that I need to be better for my son. He's counting on me.
I wish that was something we got to see.
I do. I mean, she does lean towards that. She does say that like your hair did help me.
Yeah, but yeah, that's one of the reasons. Like there was we were following both of their stories. I felt
Yeah,
like it was mostly a focus on Jack.
it was.
And then like with that scene in particular, it was definitely just a focus on Jack.
Yeah.
But we didn't really get to see the effects of it on her. Well, we did. She could try to kill herself.
Yeah.
So like with writing, I want to give it like a really good score.
Okay.
With the story, I feel like that was something that they missed out on.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give you. Can we give it a little higher, or are you sticking with 85?
How much higher?
87.
I can do 87.
Okay, let's go with 87. Okay, maybe this is just me, but like, I honestly did not expect them to escape until like more into the movie.
Same here.
I thought it was gonna be more so focused on Room.
That's what I thought too.
So like when they like escaped like within like 40 minutes into the movie, I'm like, oh, okay, holy shit, where's this movie gonna go now then?
Yeah.
But I mean, I liked where it went, so I was okay with it.
Yeah, like I like maybe we're missing the point.
We might.
Like maybe it was supposed to be that way, so it was kind of like the allegory of the cave,
Yeah.
like situation where we get to see the freed prisoner trying to adjust to outside and try to go back, and then with some cases, like with the allegory, the people that kind of go out and experience the world, like the freed prisoners that go out and don't turn away from the brightness and actually go and experience the world, when they do come back to their cave, they realize that it's small and that the reality that all these other people believe isn't what's real. Like,
Yeah.
they have a different outlook. And I think that's what happened with Jack. He was out and he experienced what the world needed, and he wanted to just kind of go back a little bit and figure out what was up. And then, like, he said it perfectly, like, oh, this is small.
Yeah.
Like, the world's so big, but this was so small.
Maybe Vic should have helped us break this down. I'm just kidding.
We can handle it.
I know, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Nothing against you, Vic, but we're adults. Kinda.
Yeah. It's like, define adult.
Over 18.
Okay, then I am definitely that.
So, with writing, this one I want to give like a strong 95.
I do too. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not arguing with you there. I'm not
Yeah.
going to use ain't. It's not a word.
I feel like with the story that they like, the writing for this was amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
Everything felt real and natural. Nothing felt super out of place with lines and stuff. But yeah, like other than that, like it was
writing
damn
was
near
superb.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
like,
near superb.
Like I said, the only
Superb.
issue I had was with just the story.
I get you there.
Acting. I say we only grade Brie Larson
And Jacob Tremblay. I agree. Both were incredible.
They were. Jacob did an amazing job at.
Okay, the only movie that I've hated that kid in was The Smurfs 2. Yes, I sadly watched that movie.
I didn't see that one.
It's a piece of shit. Don't worry about it. But he plays the son in that, and literally, you gotta watch the Nostalgia Critics review of it because he hates the kid, and he's just like literally every part of the movie when the kid speaks, you just hear da 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 da. That's all you hear. It's so funny. But I'm trying to think like what else he's been in besides this, and then the movie coming up, Good Boys, which I'm really excited to see him in.
He does look super familiar, especially when he cuts his hair. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was great in that. He was great. It was after that movie, and especially also after this movie, that I expect big things from this kid. I hope that he continues to be a big presence in Hollywood. Maybe he will be the next Haley Joel Osment.
Ooh. I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just not keep the baby face.
Yeah. You can get rid of the baby face.
I feel so bad for Haley. That sucks. So he's such a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
There were times where the kid was like super annoying, but I feel like that was just the part he was supposed to play. For being a 5-year-old that hasn't seen the world yet, Jacob Tremblay like did perfect. I really have no problems with either or. They both play their parts tremendously well. Yeah. I think Brie Larson played an amazing person that was just kind of going through PTSD a bit. Or a lot.
Like, you can understand. I can completely understand why she won an Oscar for this movie.
Yeah.
Well deserved. I think, honestly, Jacob Tremblay deserved an award for this movie.
I think one of the most powerful scenes in this was when she was talking to her dad.
Oh, at the dinner table?
At the dinner table.
Yeah, because he hadn't looked at Jack at all. Yes, that... Wow.
And honestly, so I told Brielle, because I watched this with Brielle, I was telling her that because Lou was just kind of like just playing it off, talking to him and all this other stuff. And
Lou
I was like,
cool as hell.
Yeah, he was. I told Brielle that I felt like I would want to be Lou, but I would end up being the dad. In that situation?
Isn't it William H. Macy who plays him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause, a little bit of a wasted character, some wasted talent, but
he did great for what he was given.
Yeah. Yeah, but I wish that I could say that I would be Lou in that situation and be cool with my daughter's kin.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, but I don't know if I.
Just because of how she got him.
Yeah. If it was like,
I can understand that.
If it was a situation where it was like she already had the kid
before.
but because it's like the product of a terrible situation, I really feel for the dad there, and
I can agree with you.
I would feel so bad about it too.
Yeah,
Like that would tear me up inside. But I don't know if I'm a big enough person to be able to look past that.
I would hope that I would be, but I've never been thrown into that situation, so I don't necessarily know how I'd react. I want to say that I would react in the best way possible, like Lou, but at the same time, I'm scared that I would be like William H. Macy.
Yeah, I think his name was Bob.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so that's like a terrifying thing for me. I'm like,
Same.
Like I kept saying to myself, "Oh, I'd be Lou, and I'd be Lou," and then like after that scene, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm Bob," because it wouldn't be like that forever.
No.
But it would take me some time to get over that. That's my only saving grace, that it would take me time.
I kind of wish that towards the end we would have seen his character accept it. Like, open the kid with open arms. I think that would have been a really nice character moment.
Yeah. That would be a really tough situation to be in.
Yeah, I agree.
But the emotion that, getting back to the person we're supposed to be grading, the emotion that Brie Larson threw into that scene and all of the scenes that she was in where she needed to break down was incredible.
Yes.
So, what are we thinking?
I want to say like 100 on both, but I don't know if that's too.
I want to give I'm willing to give 100. I'm willing to give like a 98
to Brie Larson.
To Brie.
95 to Jacob Tremblay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that would bring us to a 96 and a half.
Nice.
For overall acting grade. Character development.
Do we still want to just focus on those two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't think anyone else really went through any.
The only one I can think of really is like maybe like the mom, but not really.
Yeah, it would be a stretch for her. So let's start off with Joy.
Tremendous character development. I mean,
we assume this is it's a tougher one because it follows Jack mostly.
I think it would have been interesting to see like how she would have reacted like when Jack was like first born, and see like maybe like a montage of those first 5 years moving forward.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting to see how like a 19-year-old, wasn't she 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think seeing that's what we mathed.
Yeah. Seeing how a 19-year-old who is isolated like that reacts to basically having a child with no choice.
Yeah. I think it would have been really interesting to see if she was on the same boat as her dad.
Yeah, that would have been really interesting.
Because I know, like, with
Ooh,
like that would have been a good thing to touch on with like postpartum.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know most women, even like when they do want to have children, they have the postpartum depression, and then they like. A lot of people won't admit to this, but they have like thoughts, like terrible thoughts of stuff that to do to their kids, and I can only imagine in a situation where a child is a product of rape, that postpartum would just be even worse.
I completely agree.
Like, this is like a crazy freaking movie, Victor.
Yeah. Honestly, thank you for recommending us, to watch this movie, because I've been wanting to watch this movie for a while, and I was actually trying to get it on Blu-ray, but it's really not available anywhere anymore. And I tried to get it on eBay, but I lost that bid, so I'm really glad that it was put on Netflix.
Yeah. So, with hers, I have issues giving like a super high score.
Okay.
I'm in like the 85-90 area. Because there was like some stuff that we didn't get to
That's
see. Like
true.
I felt that she adapted to the being like the outside world again really quick.
She did. I couldn't agree with you on that.
And so like that felt a little like weird for someone that's been through something
Kind of felt
so
a little
traumatic.
forced.
A little bit. Yeah.
It's like, do we feel like maybe a 90 is a little too high?
I feel a 90 is a little too high, but I also feel like 85 is a little too low.
88.
I can go 88.
All right, let's go 88 for Brie Larson as Joy. All right, next up, Jacob Tremblay as Jack.
Like, this one's tough.
I don't know. As far as like character development, I feel he had a lot more than Joy did.
He did.
Yeah.
He definitely did. Because, like I said, the movie was mostly focused on him.
Yeah.
And it was showing kind of like a lot of the scenes that really stood out were the ones where he was alone.
Yes. Yeah.
Just kind of like looking at the ceiling, or when he was in the closet building a Lego like house, which I'm assuming was the room.
I did not think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's a good point. So in my opinion, I think that Jacob Tremblay's character definitely deserves a little higher than Joy.
Thinking 90.
Yeah.
So that brings us to an 89 overall on character development.
That is not bad at all.
Music. There wasn't a lot of music in this.
Yeah, the only one that I can really think of is the truck driving scene when he's in the back.
Yeah. Was there music in this?
I don't even know. Like that, and then like the music that was playing as they were walking away from room at the end. That's really all I can think of. Was just those two. I mean, both were great. They fit well.
Yeah.
I mean, as
Why
far
are we-
like the little music we got, I think it deserves a 9 or a 10. Because the music fit well.
Okay. I'll give you a 9.
Okay.
I'll give you a 9. There wasn't a lot of music, like we
No.
just said, but
Yeah. Just
if
two scores.
Yeah, what there was, it fit.
Yeah.
Effects. So this one was more like practical stuff.
I mean, the throw up looked good.
Oh my gosh, dude. I was gagging.
So kudos to them there.
Dude, I wonder if that was like something
I
she was doing. I
like
was
even
like,
I feel like the marks that Brie Larson has on her neck after the old man neck, right?
Yeah.
After he chokes her that night, like those looked really good. Those prosthetics.
Yeah, they did.
So I don't know, the little effects that this movie had looked really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, you thinking a 9?
This is out of 100.
Oh, it's out of 100. 95?
90.
90?
I'm thinking 90
Okay.
because I don't think that kid's hair was real.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it was.
That his hair is super, super long. Like, he would have to have really grown that shit out.
That's a good point.
So
I
I'm
don't know,
thinking
maybe
wig.
Jacob Tremblay did grow it out. You never know.
There's no way. He would have seriously had to start from birth.
All right, okay, I'll give you that. All right.
So I was thinking wig the entire time.
For some reason, I never thought that, but maybe that's because I was so into the movie. I love that. That took you out a little bit.
His hair was like, I was with the grandma when she's like, I've been wanting to cut that since you got here. I'm like, yes. I've been wanting to cut it since this movie started.
Oh, shit. So, 90?
I'm thinking 90.
All right, I'll agree with you on there.
All right. Costumes. So there weren't any like crazy costumes.
No.
But the outfits that they were wearing while they were in room, a lot was just like lounging around in like pajamas.
Yeah.
And I felt like that really fit.
It did.
Like sweatpants or Jack running around in underwear.
Yeah.
all that really fit well.
Like, honestly, like, the clothes that old man Nick brought him, they looked like they had been bought from, like, Goodwill or something like that.
Exactly.
Which I think
like kind of mix and like random ass mix and match shit.
Yeah. So I think that fit very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the costumes were great.
I did too. So
I'm thinking a 9 or a 10.
I'm thinking 10 because
Okay.
there was nothing that stood out.
No.
Like that's usually what
that's
I
a good
focus
thing.
on. Yeah, that's what I usually focus on with music and costumes.
Yeah.
Or even effects, something that stands out, and there was nothing that stood out.
I completely agree.
Okay, and then as a drama, how are we sitting?
I feel it handled its dramatic moments super well. Like, there were, like, some scenes... there was 2 scenes in particular that I wasn't crying sad tears, I was crying happy tears. And it was especially when you see Joy running to the cop car after they find out where Joy is after Jack has been rescued. And, like, yeah, I started, like, bawling because I was so happy that they were reunited outside. I was just so happy. Like, I feel this movie handled its genre so well. Like, everything was just handled perfectly. That I have very little problems with it.
I'm sitting on the same boat as you. I feel like even though that they were handling such tough subjects, they handled them really well.
They really did.
At least
they
like,
took it very seriously.
Yeah, they didn't like show anything unnecessarily.
Yes, like honestly, like the first. What was it the first like scene? I mean, like thankfully you don't see it, but it's implied when you hear like I don't know if I really want to say this.
Like rocking.
Yeah, like the bit. Like I wanted to start crying because oh my gosh, it's happening.
I know, and that's like one of the things that the movie had going for it, where it made you feel for these things, and it wasn't even showing you anything.
Which I think was an excellent idea. I'm glad that they didn't show anything because we almost got the exact same effect, even if not more, than not seeing anything and just hearing the sound.
I feel a lot of movies that do that kind of shit where they show nudity or show situations like that, and then they like get like all up in the actor's business about it, and are like showing us.
Yeah,
it doesn't have the same effect as like the implying. And then
I
there's also
agree.
like a level of class there too.
I completely agree. So my grade's pretty damn high.
What are you thinking?
I want to say I'm like at between like a 95 and like a 98.
97?
Yeah.
I can give you a 97.
All right.
I'll be nice.
Yay. Caleb actually being nice.
All right. Well, that actually concludes this breakdown.
Yeah. Vic's going to kill us.
He'll get over it. Still has the grade that he wants.
That's true.
Okay, so with that conclusion, our final grade for Room is an A-, sitting at a very well-deserved 93%.
Agreed. So, sorry didn't get an A, Vic, but it still got an A.
Technically.
Yeah. Still well deserved. There's just a little bar next to it, that's all.
Yeah. So, like I said, I feel it's well deserved. I highly recommend this movie.
Yes. If you guys have not seen this movie, go watch it. It's amazing. This is Brie Larson's best performance. Okay, wait, no, actually I think you know, actually I honestly think Captain Marvel is my favorite performance of Brie Larson. I love her like so much in that movie.
Actually, this might be my favorite.
I
think it might be
I'm
this.
sorry, Room.
I think it might be this movie.
Yeah.
Then Captain Marvel, and then Glass Castle.
Oh, not the Unicorn Store?
Ah, shit, the Unicorn Store. Okay, I lied. Unicorn Store, then The Room.
Well, the Unicorn Store is first?
I love her in the Unicorn Store.
Oh, shit. Yeah, because for me it would go Captain Marvel, Room, and then Unicorn Store.
Yeah, Unicorn Store, Room, then Captain Marvel for me.
And then Avengers Endgame. Or, I don't know, Avengers Endgame's probably a little bit down there because she literally had nothing to do in that movie.
I'm not going to grade her acting based on that movie.
Yeah, okay. I just love her so much in Captain Marvel.
I do.
I
do too.
I cannot wait to watch that movie again when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Same
Same
here. All right. Well, that concludes this episode of the All Bros podcast. If you like this episode and want to check out more, be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. Probably not SoundCloud. I think I'm done with SoundCloud. Because I need to pay for the premium and I don't want to.
That's fair.
iHeartRadio, we're on Radio Public, and we are also on Spotify. All of our videos also get released on YouTube. New videos will be headed your way
very soon.
Very soon.
Yes, I promise. It is coming together quite well. The only thing that I would say next week, what we need to do is we need to film the
Okay. I got you.
Okay.
Okay. You can also follow us on social media. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/The All Bros, or we're on Twitter at The All Bros. If you have something you want us to discuss in the next episode or a movie we should see, be sure to email us at theallbroschannel@gmail.com or fill out a form on our website, tinyurl.com/The All Bros. We did get a recommendation from my cousin Panina to watch The Act on Hulu, but I told her we don't do shows.
Oh, damn. Is there only one season so far, or?
So far, it's 8 episodes, and they're an hour long. And I'm like, we took...
it's too much work.
We took like 4 hours to break down a 3-hour movie.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a little much. We don't do shows.
I still think that's so funny that Avengers Endgame got split into 2 parts. That's just so funny. That's too funny. But yet Infinity War didn't.
Yeah. Oh,
that was just too great.
Okay, well, that was Infinity War is before our new system.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's a very good point.
So next week we are either going to we're going to wait on.
Yeah, so we're going to do our what we're going to do? Revamped version of our Marvel MCU showdown. Considering that we haven't added Infinity War, Captain Marvel, and Endgame to it, right?
I don't think we had Ant-Man and the Wasp either.
Okay, yeah, that too. But we did
add
Infinity
War.
Yeah. Did we add Black Panther?
I'd have to double check.
Okay. So, I mean, if we haven't, we got a lot of movies to fight over.
Yeah. And I think we're going to have a new setup with the showdowns.
Okay.
So, yeah, you guys can look forward to that.
Yeah.
Next week.
And then the following week, didn't we plan?
Detective Pikachu.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, sweet.
Cool. Well, until then, this has been the All Bros podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Deuces.
I lost the voice there. Bye.
Gosh damn it,
Sorry.
Rose.
I can't do it.
I was like, I'm waiting for it.
So long. Yeah, no, I can't do it right now. I don't know why. So long. Okay, there. Somewhat there.
That was terrible.
Oh, kiss my ass.